Hey guys, this is Rock King 3 bringing the live commentary. Forza 6. I almost said 5, but I said 6. This is going to be a parts and tune video. This is going to be a C-Class Toyota GT86. Great car. In the past, in C-Class, we have used it as more of a handling momentum car. And I'm pushing the envelope a little bit. So this car is, again, for the momentum tracks. It does turn well. It does brake well. It is a little more advanced, a little bit more difficult to drive. So what you're going to see here in this build is a little more speed, a little less tire compound, but we're going to try to make up for it with a good tune and some downforce as well. So let's get through it, and I'll explain it as we go. We're going to have a stock engine, stock drivetrain, and we're going to have the Centrifugal Supercharger. Pretty typical for C-Class cars that are competitive. In the engine compartment, we have the stock intake, we have the stock fuel, we have stock ignition, stock exhaust, stock camshaft, stock valves, stock engine block, stock pistons. I'm seeing a theme here. We have this Sport Centrifugal Supercharger. We have no intercooler, stock oil and cooling, and no flywheel, or stock flywheel, I should say. Alright, here in the handling, we're going to have all the race components. We have the race brakes, race springs and dampers, race front and rear anti-roll bar. We have the stock chassis, and we have the full race weight reduction. We're running stock clutch. We're running the race transmission. We have the stock driveline. We have the race differential. And the tires, you see a lot of stock here. We have stock tire compound. We have the stock front tire width. We did upgrade to the 235/40s in the rear. Wheels, I went with my new lightest favorite one, Wed Sport TC 105Ns. You can always do the weight equivalent of that. We have the stock rim size front, and same as the rear. We did use the Forza front adjustable bumper, as well as the rear. Stock rear bumper, so no change there. Stock side skirts, no change there. And the stock hood, no change there. Alright, so as you see, not a lot of handling tire compound components width on those. But going through here, I'll explain it out. So tires, my standard 28 and 28. Final drive, I think that's just stock at 3.85. It actually works pretty well. You pretty much top out in fourth. You touch fifth maybe in one part of the track. Camber I have negative 3.2 and negative 2.8. Toe I have 0, 0, and then the front caster I've actually reduced down to 4.0. Help with the turn in a little bit. Anti-roll bars I have a little bit soft, but I had to go this way to get a little bit better traction. 14.12 in the front, 12.56 in the rear. I mean, this isn't so much of traction, this is more of turn-in. The car has plenty of turn-in, so kind of evened it out a little bit, even a little bit the opposite way to make it understeer a little bit. Springs are 456.4 in the front, 381.2 in the rear. Right height is stock, it's 5.4 and 5.4. The springs, the softer rear springs was to provide a little bit more traction in the turns. The car does have a little bit of tendency to slide out, so throttle control is a must. I tried to tune some of that out though. Damping, we have 11.0 and 11.0. Car turned in plenty on its own, so we just evened that out. Bump stiffness at 2.1 and 2.1. Here's what I did with the aero. Yeah, it's a little bit of a speed car, but I'm using the aero to make it more of a momentum car. So the front full downforce 100, full rear 200. Anything less you guys can play with, but you'll have to take my word for it that it gets even tougher to handle. Braking force on this one was a little bit different. I had to put it all the way down to 40, gave good braking distance without lockups, and then I always use 200%. I started with 47% on that, but I kept locking up the tire, so I kept chasing the number downward. You might want to play with that a little bit as well. Acceleration at 19%. I needed that a little bit lower to help with my throttle control. And then deceleration at 45%. So on momentum tracks, you tend to not brake in the turns, but you tend to let off, and it helps with a little bit of a turn in there. And that is the tune. So let's put this on the track. I'll kind of give you a little blow by blow and tell you kind of what it's like to drive. Give it a try. It's going to be tricky at first, but I think in the end you'll like it. But let me show you the car first. All right, and we're back. Pulled off this Honda Civic 97. It was 25th or 27th on the leaderboard, and I think we can get pretty close to that lap time. Let's see how it does. So this car kind of performs kind of speedish, so it isn't super easy to drive. Got to do a little pre-planning with the brakes and not over revving in the turns. Too much throttle control right there for me. Looks like it's just a little bit quicker than that Civic. Trying to hit every single edge. Third gear with full throttle with a little bit of turn is tricky. So, you know, we gave up tire compound, but with all the downforce, I'm hoping that, we just dirtied it. I'm hoping with the downforce that it makes up for the lack of tires. So we can kind of use it more on this momentum track, but yet still be fairly quick with the horsepower and the weight of the car. Not too bad there. We can get around that part a little bit quicker. So I guess we got a little bit of a warm-up lap. Hopefully we can put one really good lap together. Still pushing a little bit. I wonder if my tire temps are a little bit low. I'm going to stay in fourth through here. Unlike the previous class, you do have to let off the gas a little bit. Got a good turn in the last one there. I don't know if we'll catch it or not. It'll be close. Looks like we're going to have the speed to do it. So it looks like we're going to get into 209s. Alright, let's try one more. Let's see if we can make it a little bit quicker. That was a better turn. Right there until the end when I gave it too much gas too early there. Alright, so we got a little bit better lead on the Civic now. Let's see if we can keep it clean too. I like to start wide here and then start diving down, and that was not enough dive down, but that's right. We kept some momentum there. Throttle control. Fast out of the exit. See if we can get into that tunnel a little bit better. Probably better. Alright, we should be able to catch this guy a little bit sooner this time. Fourth gear still has some pretty good pull, so don't worry about downshifting right there. Get through the tricky part of the city. That's better. Oh, it wasn't there. We should be able to beat it again. We'll get into 209s. That should put us in the top 20 on this track with this car. And there you go. Kind of hard to drive, but it is very quick and kind of fun to drive on the momentum tracks. Hope you guys like it. Catch you next video. Later.